Welcome back to Listen, I Have an Idea. Today we are doing a super awesome fun tag that we saw on Ingrid Nilsen. Is that how you say her last name? Someone like that.
Yeah.
Miss Glamorazzi's channel, and Joey Graceffa as well, because they did a tag collaboration, and it was the 90s Kids Survey. We just put all the questions from both of the videos together into one giant tag video. So there are 17 questions. I mixed up the order, that way they make a little bit more sense. So before we get started, just want to let you know that the 90s didn't really end in the 90s. They ended in about 2006. So that's when we're going to cap it off. So everything that we're talking about is pre-2006, because as soon as like High School Musical and Hannah Montana came out, that was a new generation of Disney and childhoods, I guess. So that's where we're capping it off. So let's get started. Number 1, favorite Disney Channel original movie?
Of that time, Xenon.
Yeah,
I love the
me
Xenon
too.
movies.
Me too. And
best.
Halloween Town.
Yeah.
I don't think all of them were out before 2006, but oh my gosh, they were so good. Oh, and by the way, we've probably said it like 30 million times now, but we're Canadian. However, in Canada, we have different laws and different channels and different blah, 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 blah. So all of like the Disney Channel shows, they aired on Family Channel. And so all of like the Nickelodeon shows were on YTV and Teletoon, but never on Family Channel. So actually there was one. Okay, number 2, favorite TV show.
We had a lot. We watched a lot.
There were so many.
I think I'd have to say by far, That's So Raven.
Ugh.
I love Lizzie McGuire.
Yeah.
We named our dog after her, but I think it was a little, I wouldn't say too young for me. I just really got into That's So Raven. I loved watching it, although our dad hated it. He's like, get that screaming girl off the TV, because she would scream the whole time.
Oh yeah.
I'm not screaming! That's what my dad would say. We're like, Raven! Raven!
Yeah. My favorite is Sweet Life of Zach and Cody. It was kind of like the end of like that 2006 gap that we set our lines on. But I remember, and this was before, it just major events that happened in our lives. Sweet Life of Zach and Cody was something that we would watch every weekend, 8:15 on Family Channel. Remember that? Yeah. So that would have to be.
Julio, Ricardo, Montoya, De La Rosa, Ramirez.
You can't say it, don't say it. Esteban, Julio, Ricardo, Montoya, De La Rosa, Ramirez.
Is a thief.
It's not the thief.
It's another thief.
Favorite Nick Jr. show. So, as we said, we're Canadian. We don't really know what Nick Jr. is. So we're just gonna go with whatever Nickelodeon show comes to mind.
Well, iCarly is. Well, Drake and Josh is like an all-time favorite, but we watched 16 all the time. Do you remember that show?
Yes.
It's like a cartoon. We loved it. It was on Teletoon. It was the best.
Yeah.
But also, we watched Drake and Josh.
Okay. Zoe 101 was amazing. But that aired on Family Channel in Canada.
Yeah, that's a Nickelodeon? I didn't know that.
That was Nickelodeon.
Oh, well, I love Zoe 101 too.
Okay, number 4, favorite commercial. I know mine. We've said it before.
Is it the hippo one?
Yeah, the North American
Did the
House
hippo come out that early?
Oh, it was out forever. It aired for years in Canada.
Well, I love the House Hippo too.
Oh, like
Kids Bop ads.
Oh, yes. Oh, Kids Bop. Okay, number 5, favorite toy.
Definitely Tamagotchis.
Yeah.
We had this phase, like they got banned in our school because everyone had them. Like we loved them so much. I think we had like at least 3 or 4 each.
Yeah. It didn't come until I'd say about 2005, 2006 when we really started getting into like Groovy Girls and My Scene dolls. We like collected them all.
Yeah.
But those were great times. But no, Tamagotchis, definitely.
Tamagotchis.
Okay, number 6 totally ties in with the last one. How many Tamagotchis did you have?
So I think we should say like at least, I know I had at least 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And plus like the batteries would die, and so we just get a new Tamagotchi or like...
The batteries were always sold out at the dollar store. That's how popular they were here.
You could barely find the batteries, so like you just end up buying a new Tamagotchi.
Yeah. And didn't they have like different generations?
Yeah, they had different generations. Like it was great.
And after like the 3rd one, they introduced a website, like tie into it. It was great.
That was great.
Number 7, favorite collectible. Here's the one thing. It's not our collectible, but it's our brother's. He was obsessed with Power Rangers for years and years and years. From like...
He also had a lot of phases he went through.
He went through so many phases, but like Power Rangers stayed strong for so long.
Yeah.
He went through, what was the one that aired in like...
Mighty Morphin.
Yeah.
SPD Emergency.
SPD was my favorite.
There was the one with like the water, like...
Mystic Force and Dino Thunder. Oh, Dino Thunder, I loved it. But he had all of like the little mini action figures, and I used to love playing with him and all of his little mini action figures. It was a great time. Yeah. Number 8, favorite Beanie Baby. This was a very popular question on everybody's like 90s quiz, but we didn't really collect.
Didn't collect them. I collected Webkins. Do you remember those? But that was it later? Or
I think
before?
It was later. I think it was.
I think it was later.
Okay, number 9, favorite game.
So every time we went to our aunts and uncle's house, our specific aunt and uncle, they had like a retro like PlayStation or
I think it was
Nintendo.
N64.
And yeah, N64 or something. And they had the circus game.
No, it was like a disc cartridge with like 94 like different games. Yeah. But one of them was like a circus game. My favorite PlayStation game is Mary Kate and Ashley Magical Mystery Mall or whatever it was called. I loved it. And then my other favorite, which we had an actual board game, it's called Mall Madness.
Yeah,
that's it.
Mall Madness.
I got my own version of it, and I know it was released many, many years beforehand, but I got a newer one. We played it to death. The ATM was so cool. Number 10, favorite book.
When I was young, because we're talking like 2006, like prior to 2006, my favorite all-time series that I read, probably all of them, was Junie B. Jones.
I would say The Giving Tree by Shel Silverstein. Can't even say his name. But there is another game that I loved, another book I loved even more, and it was Makeup Madness by Robert Munsch. I think that book got me into makeup. Really? Like, it did. Number 11, favorite McDonald's Happy Meal toy. I know, and I think it's both of our answers. I don't know what year it came out though. It was The Haunted Mansion, the movie, and they had tie-in toys, and they had this little white bust, which is like a head sculpture, and it had like this little button that you'd press on its like décolleté area, and it would whistle, it would go do 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 do. And our parents hated it, so we kept it for years, and I think we still have it somewhere, but like you press its neck and go. Number 12, favorite musical artist.
Hilary Duff, I can say.
She was our first concert that we ever went to.
Yeah.
Mine would have to be Britney Spears. She was the first CD that we ever got. NSYNC or Backstreet Boys.
NSYNC.
Yeah, definitely. Number 14, favorite candy. I would have to say Ring Pop. Those things were like everything.
Ring Pops and Fun Dip. I feel like we had all the time.
Yes.
But yeah, Ring Pops.
We'd get like the bulk versions of them at Costco. We would eat them all. But over the course of a summer, they were like our special treat. Number 15, weirdest fashion trend.
Our mom dressed us in some weird stuff.
Yeah, we didn't really get to pick our fashions until I was in at least grade 4.
Yeah, I'm talking like grade 3, like for me.
Yeah, like 8 or 9.
So like all of we were in corduroy overalls all the time, like really ugly floral prints that like you're in your grandma's house.
Yeah, but I would have to say the weirdest fashion trend would have to be anything from like the Delia's catalog. You've seen the pictures of them probably. No,
we didn't really express ourselves enough to how weird.
And then when we did, we were wearing Hilary Duff clothing.
Stuff by Duff.
Oh, that was the best clothing trend. Yeah. On to number 16, favorite clothing store.
La Senza Girl. We shopped there all the time. And they closed down and we're like, what?
I don't think they have it in the States, or they didn't. I think it was just a Canadian brand. Tell me if I'm wrong, but La Senza Girl was everything. Just like the colors as soon as you walked in there. The changing rooms were amazing.
We still have like a bag from them in our pantry, and I looked at it and I'm like, but it was like all the rage. Like anything you want to be fashionable, like anytime you had to get good fashion, it was at La Senza Girl.
Like your first bras came from
there.
there.
Training bras were all from La Senza Girl.
Yeah, I even had jeans. Do you remember them? They had like rainbows on like the butt.
Yeah.
The pockets.
I remember their change rooms. Do you remember them?
Yes, like with the rounded doors and like the green window.
Yeah, it's great. We love La Senza Girl.
And they had the Zoe 101 fashion line.
Remember we went to Toronto and saw them? We saw Lola and Quinn in Toronto.
And it was like our first celebrity experience. Yeah. And we stood on a garbage can so we could see.
We still have photos.
Yeah, we do. Last question. This one I feel like it's going to be the longest answer. So that's why I saved it for the end. What is your favorite after-school television show?
Oh my gosh. Okay. We watched Dave the Barbarian.
No. Going back before that, do you remember the day we got cable installed? We had like free to air before that. The day we got cable, we're like, or no, cable to satellite, because we had Treehouse, which is like
like little kids.
Like Disney Junior? I think that's what they have in the States now.
Yeah.
But it's Treehouse here. And they had the Bernstein Bears, which we would watch every day at like 3:30. And I remember when the satellite guys were leaving, we're yelling, "What channel is Treehouse?"
We're like, we can't find it.
And they're like 3:45. And then we clicked it and we're like, "Oh, Bernstein Bears! The Bernstein Bears!" It was a great time. And then, yeah, Dave the Barbarian.
Okay, so if we're like gonna talk young, we like Bernstein Bears. I loved Clifford.
Yes.
After school, like we're talking kindergarten after school, I always wrote Scooby-Doo. It was like a routine. No. Scooby-Doo, Clifford, the Bernstein Bears. And then getting older, so like getting closer to 2006, Dave the Barbarian, Lloyd in Space, Recess.
Yep. Oh,
like, all the classics.
The Weekenders.
The Weekenders, yes.
When we used to watch The Weekenders, we loved it so much, and like the pizza place, but like the title screens at the end, they were blue, pink, and what was it, orange or purple?
Yeah, I think there was 4 because there's 4 of them.
Okay, anyways, every time the pink screen come up, Emily and I would yell, "Mine!" Whoever said it first, they claimed that screen.
Yeah, it was the best.
Mine. So we'd actually sit through the credits just to try to get all the pink screens, and like it would be random throughout all of. I think
yeah, they were random all the time.
Oh, so we'd watch. Mine. And the thing about Family Channel is they never had commercials, and they would
not
play
until recently.
Not until recently, but they never had commercials. So in between each show, you'd have like 6 or 7 minutes. They'd play music videos and just everything. It would be awesome. Okay, that was our 90s Kids Survey tag-ish video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned a little thing or two about our lives so far. And we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.